Get ready with me to go celebrate my second wedding anniversary while I reintroduce myself. I'm 34 years old. I've been married to my husband now for 2 years, and we have a beautiful baby girl. She is now 13 months old, so I guess not so baby anymore. My husband and I met when we both lived in Dallas, Texas. I lived in Dallas for 12 years. I went there for undergrad and then ended up staying there for the most part with a few moves here and there. I had my own social media marketing consulting agency where I worked with brands and just managed all of their social media accounts. This was before it became like super popular and literally everybody does it now. I also led worship at a church there. I was a singer, and that's where I met my husband. He played guitar. Right before 2020, I decided that I wanted to give pursuing music professionally more of a try. In order to do that, that just would require me to move to Nashville. I had exhausted all of the contacts and resources that we had in Texas, and I was getting advice that it was time to take that next step and move. I was specifically wanting to pursue songwriting. My husband and I had just started dating. However, we had been really close friends for like 2 years before that. So we had really known each other a long time, and we knew that when we started dating, it was really serious, like likely gonna be it for us. When I made the decision that I was going to move, Dan, my husband now, was going to kind of do like half and half remote work and then work in his office in Dallas. Then 2020 and COVID and everything happened. And he actually went to working remote full time and was able to move to Nashville with me. Him and I lived in Nashville for the remainder of that lease, but during the course of all that was happening in 2020, we spent a lot of time in my hometown, Omaha, Nebraska, with my family. My sister lives here with her family. My parents live here, and absolutely just fell in love with being back in my hometown. Fun fact, his mom actually grew up in Omaha, so he has roots here too. He had just never spent time here because his entire family moved down to Florida when his mom was like in her 20s. So when that lease was up, I think it was February of 2021, we made the move with the intent to look at houses. We ended up finding something that worked for us in May of 2021, and then by the time like the contract and everything went through, moved in July. The reason we decided also to move back to Omaha is at that point it became really clear to me that I wanted to prioritize starting a family and moving on with like my ultimate dream in life, which was to become a mom. And just the lifestyle of pursuing a career in music in Nashville did not jive with that at all. I'm so glad that I did move there and I did give it a chance and I made the connections I made and I had the opportunities I had, because I will never look back and wonder what if. Like, I absolutely know what if and what my life would have looked like. I saw it in action with other people who were songwriters professionally in the area who had kids, and it just wasn't what I wanted for my life. If there's one piece of advice that I have for anybody in their 20s right now, is absolutely live your life to the fullest and do every tiny little thing that you think you might one day look back and wonder what if. I did all of it. I moved on a whim to California. I wanted to see what it was like to live in like Malibu, Santa Monica area. Oh my gosh, I learned really fast you absolutely cannot afford to live there even if you have a full-time job. I considered the idea of moving to New York and went and spent 3 weeks there, subletted a friend's apartment, and like spent time with somebody who was high up in PR, and like decided that was absolutely not for me. I pursued music. I pursued starting my own marketing agency. Like, you gotta do all the things, because then when you get settled into the life that was meant for you, you really do never look back and wonder what if. That goes with dating too. Do not settle, honey. Anyways, back to the story. 2021, it's July of 2021. We just moved into our house. So happy. We kind of consider that we had like that like honeymoon, newlywed stage even before we got engaged and married, just because we knew that that season was coming for us, and we really did just like embrace being just us as a couple in our house. We got engaged in October of that same year, which I thought he kind of took a little while. Initially thought that I wanted to do a really, really small, like just family and the closest of friends destination wedding, but that actually quickly changed when we started to try to make the list of our guests, and I realized that I did in fact want to invite everybody that I know and have a huge celebration. I planned a wedding in 5 months, and all of the stars fell into place. Like, I couldn't believe the vendors that we were getting booked that late in the game. I felt so incredibly blessed and lucky that all of that worked out. The one person that I could not find was a makeup artist. And so all summer long before my wedding, which was in August, I basically scoured the internet, watched so many videos, and taught myself how to do my own bridal makeup. I started posting makeup content on TikTok that fall after I had gotten married because I was just like so passionate about sharing tips and tricks on how to do makeup for people who just really had never explored it or done it well before, because I never considered myself someone who would ever be able to do my makeup even just for like a night going out. And once I kind of like discovered truly how simple it can be, I had so much fun sharing all those little like tidbits. I also did a whole series where I broke down and literally did my bridal makeup step by step on here. It was back though when they limited your videos to 3 minutes, so there are so many parts. I do apologize for that. If you do go back to look, I'm always in this shirt for that series, and I have it up in a playlist as well. But basically I did the whole series when it was still fresh in my mind, and that series still lives on and still gets likes and saves every day. And I'm so proud of it, and I'm so happy that I am able to still help other brides who are in the position of needing to, or maybe just wanting to do their own makeup their wedding day. One thing I will say, of course, the videos that I was watching and the makeup artists that I watched did recommend some pretty expensive products, but I just kind of like decided that although it probably ended up equaling out to more than I would have spent on a makeup artist, I got to keep all the makeup, and I still use and have all of it to this day 2 years later. So I just thought of it as like a future investment too. Anyways, so it was all about the makeup content on here, and I was having so much fun with it and really starting to gain traction and get some interaction with brands. It was awesome. And then I got pregnant. Ironically, my entire probably first and second trimester, I could not stand the smell of any of my makeup. I would walk into my makeup room, which I had converted my office into like a little makeup room. I would walk in there and immediately have to walk out because I felt like I was gonna throw up the whole time. So my makeup content came to a complete extreme halt. I basically went makeup-less and just felt like absolute crap for about 6 months. After that, I had a pretty amazing pregnancy, a great experience. I just basically stayed off socials and enjoyed my time with family. And we had our baby girl at the end of June 2023. I started sharing some mom content on here. It really started off with me giving my story and experience and advice surrounding my scheduled C-section. I had hypertension at the end of my pregnancy and my baby was breech. So I had a lot to share. There was a lot going on there. And when I had first posted like a panic video of me being like, oh my God, I just found out I have to go in and get a C-section, like I'm terrified. So many mamas came through in the comments, which is like the best advice and encouragement and just like positive words that I kind of just wanted to start by passing it on. And I ended up having so much fun sharing mom content and that type of content that I just kind of kept it rolling on and off. I'm a very like cyclical poster. I feel like I get so inspired and I only want to share things when like I have something to share, something to say. But I've been doing that ever since. As I start to feel my pink come back more and more, the older my daughter gets, the more I'm starting to feel a little bit of that inspiration surrounding like beauty and makeup content. So I'm kind of excited about the fact that I may get into sharing a little bit more about that, but I know that I have a lot of mamas on here now that have been following me for all of the mom content and advice and tips that I'm sharing. So if any of you are interested at all in like the makeup, beauty side of things, let me know because I am happy to share more. I still do have like skincare and makeup brands that will send PR, which I think is so funny because I'm so far removed from that industry right now, but I'm really grateful for it, and I have found some new products that I'm absolutely obsessed with, one of them being this one size setting spray. Holy crap, I wish that I had that for my wedding day. I have been toying around with the idea of attempting to recreate my bridal makeup look 2 years later. I have to go back and watch my own tutorial to remember how I did it. Hi, baby! You wanna come here? Mama's getting ready. This is my beautiful daughter. You come in here too. I'm doing like a little about me. This is my beautiful husband.
I know. Hot mess.
See if I can do this one-handed without you grabbing it.
It's impressive.
Thank you. I did hear somebody on here say that how they're gonna like introduce themselves doing makeup to their daughter as their daughter gets older is not saying like, oh, mommy's getting pretty or mommy's putting her face on, but it's like, mommy's getting fancy because mommy's pretty without makeup too, isn't she? Thank you. Will you put on mommy? All right, gonna do some setting spray on this, and then I'm gonna go put our girl down for a nap. I still contact nap her, so I will be preoccupied at that point. The setting spray is so good. Okay. I guess I didn't really finish my story. So now I'm a new mom on here, just kind of sharing our life. I used to share like a ton of tips on like products and different things. I've been walking down memory lane a lot more now that my daughter has turned 1, just about this past year, and like any other like advice or tips or things that I would give new mamas. So I might be sharing some more of that, but we do like a lot of vlogs and just day in the life and just sharing random tidbits on here. I'm kind of all over the place. Anyways, if you are new here, thank you for being here. If you are an OG that has been here since the makeup days, I love you so much. Mwah. I do love this little community that we've built on TikTok, and I really hope it doesn't go away, but if it does, I'm also over on the other app. If you feel like following me there, I've been making it a goal to post more on there and like get on stories every day. I'm starting to ramble. My daughter needs a nap, and then we're gonna go celebrate our 2-year anniversary. See you next time.